Let's give all our length of service awardees another round of applause. Now joining us on stage is Ms. Carol L. Stewart. The Department of the Army is awarding the Meritorious Civilian Service Medal to Ms. Carol L. Stewart for exceptionally meritorious service throughout a 38-year career, culminating as a lead management assistant within the Directorate of Public Works, Business Operations and Integration Division, U.S. Army Garrison, Aberdeen Proving Ground. Ms. Stewart's dedication and commitment to excellence always ensured innovation and the successful execution of the Directorate of Public Works mission. Her long history of devotion to duty and selfless service has provided direction and inspiration to her peers while forging strong relationships with customers across the installation. Ms. Stewart's exceptional level of professionalism and devotion to duty is in keeping with the highest traditions of civilian service and reflects great credit upon herself, the Installation Management Command, and the United States Army. Signed, Davis D. Tyndall, Jr., Director, Incom Directorate Sustainment, Installation Management Command. The Department of the Army Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Ms. Carol L. Stewart. On the occasion of your retirement, I wish to extend to you my personal thanks and the appreciation of the United States Army for the many years of service which you have given to our country. I share your pride in the contributions you have made to the Army, and I trust that you will maintain an active interest in the Army and its objectives during your retirement. You take with you my best wishes and those of your fellow employees for happiness and success in the years that lie ahead. Signed, Johnny M. Cassiano, Colonel, U.S. Army Commander, U.S. Army Garrison, Aberdeen Proving Ground. And the Department of the Army Certificate of Retirement is awarded to Ms. Carol L. Stewart in recognition of 38 years of faithful and honorable federal civilian service. Signed, Johnny M. Cassiano, Colonel, Commander. And Carol, the floor is yours.
Sir, Sergeant Major, thanks so much for being part of my special day. As many of you know, I've been counting down to retirement for a really long time. So it's kind of surreal that I'm standing here today. On 31 January, I will retire from federal service, and I thank God for blessing me with the ability, the health, and longevity to serve my nation and the United States Army for 38 years. Here with me today are my mom, my brother, my sister, my brother-in-law, friends, mentors, co-workers, both past and present, as well as some special family and friends that have joined us virtually. I thank you all for the roles you have played throughout my career and supporting me along the way. I thank the DPW Garrison teams, both past and present, for the support they have provided me for much of my career. Last, but definitely not least, to my MAs. You know I love you guys. We had time for fun and even some scares, but we always made sure that our mission was accomplished. It was a pleasure on most days to serve as your lead, and I appreciate you more than you'll know. On 18 December 1984, I was proud to take my oath as a Department of the Army civilian. I started my career at the absolute worst possible time of the year, the week before Christmas. I had no leave. I was in the office alone by myself and I was completely overwhelmed with shelves full of Army regulations and a computer staring back at me that I had no idea how to use. My career with the Army included time spent with just a handful of organizations: SURDEC, now DEVCOM, the Installation Support Activity, now the Garrison, Kirk, DTC, now ATEC, and then back to the Garrison. While there have been many ups, I really only had one down. In 1993, I got caught in a reduction in force, which was an absolutely terrible and frightening experience, but when the dust settled, it turned out to be just fine. In 2005, I returned to the Garrison, where I've called home for the last 17 and a half years. During those years, I had the privilege to work the Base Realignment Enclosure, or BRAC, from beginning to end, and was afforded the opportunity to do many new and exciting things. I had the privilege of providing ground and air tours of APG for general officers, senior executive service members, federal, state, and local leaders. I witnessed the demolition of World War II era buildings and watched as the new state-of-the-art facilities took their place, forever changing the look of APG. I sadly watched as the soldiers of the Ordnance Center and school packed up their belongings, trucks, tanks, and Anzio Annie, our railgun, and they left APG and made their way to their new home in Fort Lee, Virginia. I spent countless hours with representatives from the state of Maryland, Hartford, and surrounding counties, coordinating and narrating tours, Know Before You Go fairs, and multiple other events to welcome incoming BRAC organizations and their families to APG. In 2015, I had the honor of planning and participating in an off-site visit to APG for the now former Assistant Secretary of the Army for Installations, Energy, and Environment, the Honorable Catherine G. Hammock, and her staff. Over the last several years, my home away from home seemed to be in the Garrison headquarters, supporting the Garrison commanders, command sergeant majors, and deputies to the Garrison commander. It was an honor and a privilege to serve alongside the soldiers, men and women who served in those capacities. As my time with the Army comes to an end, I have many fond memories, but I look forward to the next chapter in my book of life. I wish you all well and much success on your journeys. Army strong.